Hello, gorgeous soul, and welcome back to my channel. This is Sherry, and this topic today is exciting. It's mind-blowing. It's interesting. There's mastery in it. There is magic to be learned here. This is exactly what I've been learning and trying to perfect over the past 5+ years, and I am beyond excited to bring it to you today in this video. Drum roll, please. You guys, today we're going to go over the 5 expert manifestation strategies that even beginners can learn to perfect. But before we get started with these 5 tips, I want to talk a little bit about what manifestation is, right? You've probably seen by now, you've probably been searching YouTube, searching Instagram, searching Google, and who knows what else, asking your mom, everybody, right? What the hell is manifestation? What is the law of attraction? What does this mean? What is it that we're trying to do, right? Well, let me tell you, manifestation, also known as the law of attraction in some communities, like attracts like. You are literally tapping in to the power of your subconscious mind, to your inner strength, inner knowing, inner person, to help bring things into your reality, like into your world that otherwise would not exist. Very interesting. Now, the more you look into the law of attraction, the more you will discover that it's actually not so much what you're doing and things that are outside of you, but it's actually what's going on inside. It's the inner workings of your mind. It's your human mind. Learning to control that part of your brain, it will work wonders for you. Now, the thing here is that if you know like about like polarity, polar opposites, right? You think like, no two opposites don't attract. But here in the law of attraction, opposites don't, oh God, opposites don't attract. Like attracts like. So what you are thinking about, what you are talking about, what you are feeling into energetically, what vibe you're in, attracts what you welcome into your life. And this goes for people, places, circumstances, things, you name it. One awesome book here that can really help you, especially if you're just now tapping into manifestation and the law of attraction. The Secret by Rhonda Burns. It's not a very big book here, as you can see, but it's very worthwhile. So if you're used to reading chapter style books, this is more of like a shorts to read. But take your time reading this, really like internalize this knowledge and really think about it, because you might just be shocked at what comes up for you here. So let's get started. All right, guys, number 1, we're going to gain clarity. Gaining clarity means that we get ultra crystal clear on exactly what we desire. We can't go to a restaurant or an ice cream parlor and order, say, tell the waitress, I want vanilla. No, I want chocolate. No, wait, I want strawberry. Wait a minute, I want vanilla. Actually, I don't know what I want. Get out of my store. Get out of my ice cream parlor. Perhaps that's what should happen. No. Anywho, for an example, right? So the universe cannot deliver something that it doesn't have clarity on. So getting ultra crystal clear, and sometimes we have to go through a few things to get there. Sometimes we have to go through a few lessons, a little adversity here and there to get even more clarity on what it is that we desire. Sometimes we have to make a decision. And one big thing that's really helped me along the way with clarity was checking in with how it feels within. Not talking about looking at the facts, not looking at things on paper, not looking at the finances and getting everybody and their mother's opinion. What I mean is checking in with how it feels in your body to have whatever your desire is, right? And what I mean by this, so if you can think about your desire and pay attention to how your body feels. Does it feel in your body like nervousness, shakiness, palpitations, like something's not quite right? Is that how it feels when you think about your desire? Because maybe that's your cue to look at something different. Maybe that's your cue to go a little bit deeper, gain even more clarity towards what it is that you desire. Or can you look at your desire from a standpoint of, wow, this feels so good. This feels so good. This feels right for me. This feels normal to me to have this. I feel like I could easily pick this up tomorrow, whatever that is, right? So checking in with your body, because your body knows. It knows. It's smart. We don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't give our bodies enough credit towards what we know, because much of what you feel in your body, especially around manifestation, is actually your intuition and your higher self coming through to tell you, take A, take B, choose this route, choose that route. A lot of that is. So another thing I want to bring up about checking in with your body is if you've ever heard of human design. Now, human design is quite intricate. It's very interesting as well. And it is something that not everybody's heard of, I understand. But if you get a chance, check out one of the websites, like I think it's mybodygraph.com, or you could even Google search human design. So one thing in human design is that we all have a center of authority, so to speak. Now, I personally have a sacral authority, meaning that I have a gut feeling, like a gut feeling yes, a gut feeling no. And that kind of helps me. That's like my intuitive hits, essentially. That really, really helps me to guide me in which direction it is towards getting to my desires. Because your intuition and your brain, your higher self, your subconscious, all of that, it's all working together to help guide you in the right direction towards what it is that you desire. The universe and God, they would never just give you desires to make fun of you or anything like that, or to tease you like, hey, wouldn't you like this? Ha ha ha, mine, mine, mine. No. Your body, your intuition, your mind is going to help you get there, but you have to tap into it. You have to listen to it. And that's what so many of us are not whatsoever educated on. In fact, I went to public school my whole life, and I cannot recall one single instance that I ever heard about things like intuition, the subconscious, manifesting. No. Another way we gain clarity is by actually things not working out in our favor. Sounds crazy, but hear me out. In the game of manifestation, not everything will work out exactly as you want it to or as you plan to. But if you can shift to a place of trusting, knowing, and believing that things are always working out in your favor, you can manifest even faster. You can raise your vibration, and you can call in what you desire even easier into your life. But a lot of times things don't work out because there's no lesson in it for us, because there's no good in it for us. The universe has always got our back. Literally, just like Gabby Bernstein says, the universe has always got our back. The universe is always watching out for us. And things don't just happen, things don't just happen because they happen, right? There's a reason that things always happen. And if something that you desire is not happening for you, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's because you are gaining even more and more and more clarity on what you do desire, rather than what you thought you wanted. And a huge part of this as well is, given the fact that we are human beings who grow and evolve and learn different things over time if we choose to, with this growth and with this evolution, over a lifetime may also come different interests, different hobbies, different desires. And it's okay to change your mind 100 times. It's okay. Say you had one desire 5 years ago, and now you've been doing all this personal development, and your desires are very, very, very different now. That's okay. That is the normal part of being a human on this planet, right? It's also a way that I look at it, it's kind of duality, right? We have one aspect of ourselves that, is here at this point that only knew so much. And the more we grew, the more we learned, the more we know about ourselves, we're a very different person now. And this is totally normal, guys. It's no longer the thing to do the same thing or work at the same job for 30 plus years. It's becoming normalized more and more, thank goodness, to grow and evolve and expand. And along with that, so will our desires. So will things that we want to manifest. Those will also grow and expand. And that is perfectly normal. And if you can allow yourself to feel the normalcy, to feel safe in that kind of growth, to embrace it, it may help you to manifest even easier, even faster, without much effort. Number 2, And this is where a lot of people think that they can bypass in the process of manifestation. But number 2 here, my second tip, and this is so huge and it's not worthwhile to attempt to bypass this one at all, is to observe your beliefs. That's right, observe your beliefs. You're not judging them. You're not looking for what's right or wrong. You're not looking for what you need to change. You're just observing them, just being the gentle observer of what you believe, what is going on in your head around whatever you desire. What beliefs do you have around what you desire? Do you believe you can or cannot have it? Why or why not? What makes you think that you can't have it? And when did you decide to hold that belief around what it is that you desire? And I will tell you that desire literally means of the sire, as in God-given desire. And God has put those desires in your heart for a reason. God, universe, source, they don't give you desires to tease you, to make fun of you. No, they're God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, are here helping you co-create literally the best life that you could possibly imagine. They will also coexist with the many lessons that your soul is here on earth to learn. But if you think about the earth in this way, and I had this download one time, I was out walking the dog, of course. I had this download that the earth is like our playground for all of our souls. The earth is like our playground. We come here, we come across bullies on the playground. We come across adversity. We come across really fun stuff. We have a lot of fun. We live, we play with our friends. We play with new friends a couple years later. A couple years after that, we play with new friends. We go to a different playground, so on and so forth. If you can think of it like that, right? But observe, getting back on topic here. Observe your beliefs. Watch what comes up. Look at what comes up, but you don't have to judge them. There's nothing right or wrong. It just is. For a deeper dive on rewiring your subconscious mind and your beliefs, go check out my video on rewiring the subconscious mind to manifest now. You might be surprised at what comes up there, guys. Tip number 3, breaking down the barriers. So, say you found a leak somewhere in what you desire to be, do, and have, and it's causing you to think that there's no way in hell that you could do those things, that you could be this way, that you could have something that you desire. Now what? Well, first of all, I will say congratulations. Congrats. Because getting to this point right here is huge. Huge. You guys, this is a very, very, very good place to be. Very good. And it may not seem like it right now, but I will tell you, getting to this point is huge in your personal growth and your manifestation process as well. Because what if this is the point in the process where you have now found the belief, you found the leak, you found what is causing a somewhat block, if you want to call it that way, to getting to where you desire, to where you want to manifest or what you want to manifest. You have this block, you have this leak. This is your cue to look at release, to look at forgiveness, to look at thanking this thing for being there. And by thing, I mean belief. How do you think you would feel to tell this limiting belief or this belief that is not helping you to get what you desire? Tell it, thank you. Thank you for being there. I release you. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and let it go. Let it go. Letting it go and release is ultra powerful, guys. I practice this all day, every day. Now, before you try to call me crazy for saying, I'm going to thank these old beliefs for being there because they're stopping me from getting what I want. What? That doesn't sound right, lady. So, you guys, the thing with your beliefs that are potentially blocking you from getting to where or to what you desire, every one of your beliefs up until now has served you in some way, shape, or form. Every one of them. Perhaps they have protected you from something that you didn't need to experience in this lifetime. Perhaps they led to some kind of lesson that you had to learn for your soul's growth and evolution. Perhaps they led you to some sort of breakthrough, like the one that you're having now. And they're actually extremely beneficial. So I think that yes, perhaps it might be a good idea. Perhaps it might feel good to say, wow, thank you for being there this time. I appreciate you. I now release you and let it go. You might be surprised at how good that feels. Another thing about this is that maybe, just maybe, you would not have found yourself here today if not for the beliefs that you have been carrying around what you can be, do, and have. I honest to goodness think that here is a good place to be, that this is a very good conversation to be in. If you are looking to manifest, to be, do, and have, and manifest every desire that you have ever had, this is a very good conversation to be in. And the best part of this whole entire thing is that you are now learning to be free. You are literally upgrading your DNA, your brain, your cell, all of the cells in your body. You are upgrading just by learning these new concepts, this new knowledge, and by having this breakthrough that perhaps the beliefs that you've been carrying around are not going to get you to where you want to be in life. And perhaps now is the time to let go of them and upgrade to even bigger and better beliefs that will get you to where you want to go, that will serve your highest good, that will help you learn the lessons your soul came here to learn, that will help you be, do, and have what you desire without question. So one little thing that you can use whenever you're ready, or if you want to pause this video right now, if you can imagine this belief that you have that's not really helping you, just like a dandelion, all white and puffy and fluffy and cute, pick it up off your lawn and look at it and tell it, thank you, I now release you, and blow it away. Literally, gone with the wind. That's where that belief belongs. Gone with the wind. Because as of today, even though these beliefs have served you in some way, shape, or form, it is time to let go of them, and it is time to move on, to upgrade new beliefs, to decide what you want to believe instead, which we will be getting to shortly here. So what about those super strong beliefs that maybe you've been carrying a very, very long time? What about those kind that you're finding it difficult to let go of, or that you just know to your core, but a part of you knows that it's not helpful to believe these things or to carry these beliefs around? Well, I'm going to share with you this awesome tip. Something I've been practicing for several years now, and it really works, I promise, is imagine a table in front of you with 4 legs, and imagine that belief is the tabletop. So whatever it is that you do not want to really carry around as a belief anymore, that you no longer want to believe in, that you no longer want to talk about, And this could be believing that there's no way you could ever be the person you desire to be. There's no way you could ever do this. There's no way you could ever have that dream car that you want. Whatever belief it is that is not in line with your goals, with your desires, is the tabletop. And it doesn't have to be more than one. It doesn't have to be just one. Whatever feels right to you. Start somewhere. And I imagine this thing on the tabletop, right? And I imagine 4 legs. And now what you're looking for is evidence. You want to find facts, evidence, like absolute truths that will knock down one leg at a time. Interesting. Where do we find this? So go on Google search, talk to people, look on YouTube, look for Instagram posts that say the opposite. Because if you can find evidence that something is not 100% true to be proved in a court of law, there goes one of those table legs. So you're getting somewhere, right? Now, continue finding evidence. Continue finding proof, whatever it is that you need that means something to you, that debunks, that dispels this thought, belief, idea that you can't, whatever it is, be, do, or have. And keep going. Don't just start at one, or don't just stop at one. Keep going. There's 4 legs on that table. But that doesn't mean you only need to look for 4 pieces of evidence. Find all the evidence that you can. And the more you're looking at this evidence of your beliefs not being 100% your truth, the more your conscious and your subconscious mind is taking that on as true. And it's changing your beliefs as you are looking at this evidence. So you will come to the realization that I don't believe this anymore. I don't want to believe this, and I don't believe this anymore. That could not possibly be true. I could absolutely be, do, and have every single thing that I desire because I choose to. That can be a way to help you shift from these beliefs that no, I can't, to yes, I can. And this doesn't have to happen instantaneously. It doesn't have to be over 10 years. This can take as little or as long as you desire, as little or as long as it's going to work. Either way, maybe you have to do this on a Monday and you come back to it on a Wednesday, you come back to it on a Friday. Maybe it's something that you look into over the course of several days. Follow your intuition, follow your instincts, and look at and listen and feel into what feels right to you. What feels like the truth to you? Is that what you want to believe instead? It's about your truth, not somebody else's truth. Your truth. I really recommend exploring and playing around with this and just seeing where it takes you. And you may really be surprised at what comes up, at what beliefs were underneath beliefs that you just cracked, and what comes up next. What I found was using this exercise and using this really created like a domino effect. As soon as I worked on one belief, boom, 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 boom. Here's 4 more, right? Here's 4 more to work on. But it's a good thing because not only are you busting these beliefs that are not helping you and creating this domino effect in your life, you're also healing so many aspects of you and creating a higher vibrational output in your auric field so that you can manifest even bigger, better, and faster. Not better, but you get the idea. Number 4. Now let's talk about forming new beliefs. So now that you've cleared a lot of clutter out of your mind and a lot of clutter out of your thoughts, beliefs, and ideas, it's time to decide what you choose and want to believe in instead. Guys, this is huge, especially because we manifest via the power of our subconscious mind, via the power of our minds, ourselves. We don't manifest by writing things out on paper, by doing rituals. We don't manifest by hoping, dreaming, praying, and wishing. It all starts within. I truly, truly, truly believe that it all starts within. That's where everything comes from, the unknown, the unseen, right? I also believe that we are the universe in human form. And this is why I can say that it all starts within. Now, I want you to imagine this. Imagine that you are standing right here where you are or sitting right where you are right now. And your desire is literally right here in front of you. You already have it right now, right here, in this moment. In this second, your desire is here. Feel into how that feels for you. Close your eyes, maybe rock side to side, back and forth. Feel into how that feels for you. What thoughts are coming up for you? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Just kind of feel into how that is. You don't have to say anything. It doesn't have to be words or gestures or anything. Just let your mind and body wander and explore. How does this feel? Keep in mind that you want to focus on the now, not on the future, not on the past, because it's only in the right now that we manifest, by looking in the now. What does this part of you now choose to believe about what you desire? Maybe you need to take some notes, maybe come back to this if you can, but what do you now believe about your ability to manifest? What do you now believe about what you desire to be, do, and have? That you can have it, that it came easy, that it was difficult, that you had to sacrifice something or the other? Well, I don't know, do you? I mean, it just appeared right here with you right now. So what do you choose to believe about what it is that you desire to be, do, and have? And this doesn't have to be like good or bad. It doesn't have to mean anything. But what do you choose to believe? This another idea of observing your beliefs, not necessarily judging them or looking for the right or wrong, but observe your beliefs. Is your desire just as good or better than you imagine? Are you excited? Are you happy? Are you fulfilled? Or are you not feeling so great about it? Does guilt come up? Does worry come up? Because those type of emotions that may negatively impact you or that you may associate with the feeling negative or feeling guilty about having something, that is another cue to go back and look at your beliefs. Go back and look at maybe beliefs that you need to look at, put them on a table again, and take a look at knocking them down. That might be your cue to work on that. But moving forward, I also want you to ask yourself, what do you now know and believe to be true about yourself and how worthy you are of having what you desire? Also, what do you now choose to know and believe about your ability to change your beliefs at any time and your ability to manifest? Ponder that today. Ponder that and think about what comes up. Give yourself the space to think about the answers to these questions. So now that you're energetically shifting into manifesting your desires, you're also learning how easy it is just to change your beliefs. Even just one belief, you're learning just how easy it is to change as soon as you decide to. By forming new beliefs, you're now finding that you're able to assign a new meaning to things, and the meaning that you assign to the way you want to live, to what you desire to manifest, and to your worth in manifesting what it is that you desire. Know that, your life is full of beliefs that maybe somebody else assigned a meaning to at some point in time, that maybe you picked up this belief from somebody else, but you no longer resonate with it. Know and trust yourself that you can decide what you want to believe and when. You can decide to change at any given time. It's not difficult. It's absolutely not. We get to choose just how easy it gets to be. And nobody can do this for you. Guys, this is your time to take your power back and choose your own beliefs, to choose the new beliefs that best suit you. Also, where you choose the beliefs that support the dreams and desires that you are co-creating with God, Source, Universe, whatever you want to call it. It's a beautiful time for you. Now, this brings me to my fifth and final tip, expert manifestation tips for beginners. Guys, learn to trust the process and most importantly, trust yourself. This is the most important one, because like I said before, it all starts within. Every single thing that we have starts within, that we desire, that we manifest, it starts within. It doesn't come from anywhere else but within. You guys, the only time that we have is now, right? And the only time that we can manifest is in the now. And this may be a tricky concept for some of you. It literally took me at least a year to truly grasp and embody and understand this concept as it relates to manifestation and the illusion, and yes, I am saying illusion, of time. So we will get into that in a whole nother video because my God, that is a loaded topic. Anywho, every single experience that you've ever had, that you will ever have, that you could expect to ever have, will only feel like the now. Think about what you did last Saturday morning. Last Saturday morning, if you were like sitting on your couch watching Saturday morning cartoons with coffee and not Cheerios, we don't eat Cheerios, with coffee and Lucky Charms, that's Saturday morning cartoons, right? If that's what you were doing last Saturday morning, think of when you were sitting there doing exactly that. It felt like the now. And every experience that you have going forward that you are manifesting will only feel like the now. I'm really, really emphasizing this because we only manifest by thinking in the now. We don't manifest by hoping and dreaming for a certain time frame to happen, because that's just putting pressure on the universe that may or may not be able to deliver within that time frame, thus leading to perhaps you giving up, to feeling burned out, to feeling disappointed, angry, sad, whatever. So letting go of those timelines, letting go of like the time frames to manifest in the now and thinking and feeling into it in the now can really, really, really help speed up the process of manifestation. And it truly is an expert level trick, because early on in my manifestation journey, and I literally still see people say this today, manifest by a specific day and time, like put a specific time stamp on what it is that you desire to call in. You're putting pressure on, you're like putting the universe in a chokehold, and they can't always deliver. The universe can't always deliver that. God can't always make that happen by a certain time frame because it's a day and time that you chose, right? So maybe that is a cue for you to think about, okay, how can I get into the now? Think about how you can energetically shift and ask yourself, well, what would it feel like right now if I already had my desire? What would I know and believe to be true? Just like we went over in number 4. Go back and even rewatch that, re-listen a couple of times if needed to really grasp and work on that concept and really practice it. Because I will say it does take a lot of practice. It takes a lot of I don't want to say time, but it takes practice and it takes patience with yourself. in learning and grasping these concepts. And especially if you are brand new to manifestation, and there's a good chance that you are because you're watching this, give yourself the space. Be patient with yourself. You're learning, right? We don't want to rush the process. We want to learn. Another big thing I really want to make you aware of is that your journey may not look the same as someone else's. Now, if you've been online, especially Instagram, you may have seen or may have noticed that some people may go online and they brag about could be big things, luxury things, elaborate things that they manifest in a super short amount of time. Wow. Okay, well, good for them. Congratulations. But I will tell you now that it is a profound waste of our energy to compare our path to somebody else's. Manifestation occurs via the path of least resistance. Now, if you've never heard this idea before, it literally just means manifesting in the easiest way possible. And this is both for you and for the universe. And what this means, what this means is working smarter, not harder, right? So the path of least resistance, that means that we're not getting in the way of the universe sending our desires by not being clear on what we want. We're not getting in the way with having these limiting beliefs that tell us we can't have, be, do, or whatever it is that we desire. We're not getting in the way with telling the universe, wait, no, I want that instead. I want this. Wait, I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. Ah! You're not allowing for the path of least resistance to occur when you have all this going on, when you're not clear, right? So a big thing that you can do is allow the universe to deliver. More often than not, they deliver miracles. The universe, God, source, they know exactly what you need and when. You can lean back, you can trust in them. But more often than not, it's getting our egos and getting our human monkey mind out of the way so that that can happen via the path of least resistance. More often than not, because remember, it all starts within. More often than not, it's us telling ourselves, well, I can never have that because I've never had that before. Well, I could never be an actor because I've never been an actor before. I could never be rich. I don't know anybody rich. More often than not, it's all that chatter that gets in the way of the path of least resistance. And that's why it's so important to work on our beliefs, to observe our beliefs, to work on forming new beliefs, to bust beliefs that are not helping us, to decide what we want to believe instead. That's why this is a 5-step process that I've put together for you to help kind of put it all together so that, yes, you can be, do, and have. You just have to do the work first. So what I really want to leave you here with today is I want you to think of how you can learn to trust the process of manifestation. Trust that you are on the journey of a lifetime. And that if things just popped out of thin air just like that all the time, just because you said you wanted them, you may be missing out on some incredibly important lessons that your soul incarnated here to learn. And who does that benefit? Nobody, right? Nobody. Not you, nobody. So sometimes it's just more important for us to be patient. Ask yourself if you can trust that good things are coming and know that sometimes the old needs to be cleared out to make room for even bigger and better in our lives. Think about how you can trust that process of manifestation. It is not just about calling in what you want. It's also about becoming who you are meant to be. It's also about learning. It's also about the lessons that our soul is here to learn. Be them good, bad, whatever meaning we want to assign to them. I have really come to witness that it was only when I relaxed and leaned back and let the universe do its job, trusted in the process, that I was able to manifest with ease. Prior to that, I would say my affirmations all day long. I would meditate on things, visualize them, create vision boards. Oh, and sometimes it felt like I was pushing a car uphill. So not cool. Not what I wanted. But when I relaxed, surrendered to the process, allowed for things to come via the path of least resistance, cleared out those beliefs, formed new beliefs, go back and relook at the beliefs that I have now, readjust, adapt. That's when I discovered that manifestation is much easier than we allow it to be. And there's no reason for it to be difficult. You can manifest, and it can be as easy or as difficult as you choose to make it. But ultimately, the choice is up to you. And it's really only now that I can even share this with you, because I've really learned to embody these things on a much deeper level. I have learned to process what I've learned so that I can now share it with others. Happy manifesting, you guys. Best of luck. Let me know in the comments how things are going for you. Be sure to like and subscribe so you always see the videos, and go check out my others. Love you. Mwah.